in public health and in wildlife management, we really try to focus on reducing the exposure that people have to chronic wasting disease, is because we don't want to see it jump. We don't want to see anyone get hurt and die from chronic wasting disease. And then the knock-on effect, if it did jump, would be incredible in the impact on human health, agriculture, and the economics of an area where it jumped. It would just be astoundingly bad. So my name is Calvin Norman. I'm an assistant teaching professor of forestry here at Penn State. Chronic wasting disease is a prion disease. Prion diseases are found in many mammals, and what it is it's a disease of the prion protein. All mammals have prion proteins, and when you have a diseased prion protein, it's misfolded and it doesn't work. And so when that does not work, your mammals are unable to conduct key functions. So for example, we know the prion protein plays roles in moving copper around the body, sleep, and all kinds of other functions. And when that does not work, the animal slowly dies. 100% fatal, kills them every time. There's no recovery from it because the prion protein is so key to the function of a mammal. When it stops working, the mammal that is infected slowly dies. It takes a matter of time. It's in 36 states. The two newest are Florida and Georgia. 4 countries outside of the US and Canada, that being Sweden, Norway, Finland, as well as South Korea, and in 3 Canadian provinces. So pretty out there. It's not just a US, North America problem. It's not in every country, but it is out there. We haven't found a human that's been infected with chronic wasting disease. I will say in lab settings, there have been other model animals that we use for research to see if humans could potentially get it that have been infected with chronic wasting disease. So there are lab animals that have been infected and lab animals that have not been affected. So at this point in time, it's unclear if it can jump. We know it hasn't jumped, but we don't know for sure. Prion proteins are highly conserved among mammals, so it's not impossible that it could jump. We all play a role in managing chronic wasting disease. The number one way we do that is going out and hunting deer. After this, I'm going to go out, I'm going to take these antlers, and I'm going to go try to harvest some deer. So it's important that we get out there and we harvest deer, as many deer as we legally and ethically can, in following our various game laws, etc., and making sure that we're doing it all right. It's important to harvest deer because it reduces population, so it reduces spread. Also, we submit those heads for testing or whatever your state protocol is, get that tested, and we're looking for chronic wasting disease. It's also really, managing deer as a forester is something I think about almost every day. In the eastern United States, deer are at historically, just under historically high populations, but, still doing lots of impacts on forests. So we want to be, keeping deer populations healthy for the whole ecosystem, and we do that through hunting. So after you submit a head for testing, you want to wait until you have a result. Hopefully that result is negative. If the result is negative, that means you can eat the deer. If your deer is positive for CWD, that should be destroyed because it is potentially a vector for, a prion disease. It can be a little bit scary when we think about what chronic wasting disease could do if it were to jump. It has not jumped. The species barrier, so far as we know, is high. We are constantly looking for it and making sure it does not jump. But it's just important, to manage this disease, not just for human health, but for the health of our ecosystem. So, we should take this seriously, but we should not stop, the activities we need to do